LeBron James shows unity with Lakers staff and teammates at Las Vegas Summer League. If you're new here, leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Since LeBron James joined the Los Angeles Lakers in 2018, the partnership has been mutually beneficial. But this offseason, it's starting to feel like their journey together might be nearing its final chapters. Earlier this summer, LeBron made headlines by opting into his player option for the 2025-26 season. In doing so, he acknowledged that the Lakers are now building their future around Luka Doncic, while still making it clear he's not done chasing championships. That decision sparked plenty of conversation, especially about what it meant for his relationship with the franchise. LeBron and his agent, Rich Paul, were quick to shut down any rumors of bad blood. According to them, everything is operating as usual, no tension, no drama. But actions, and even silence, can sometimes speak louder than words. LeBron has noticeably kept quiet about many of the team's off-season moves, raising eyebrows across the league. Still, in a powerful gesture that may have calmed the storm of speculation, LeBron showed up in Las Vegas. He was seen sitting courtside alongside Lakers president of basketball operations Rob Pelinka and several members of the coaching staff during Monday night's Summer League game against the LA Clippers, a clear sign that communication lines are open and the bond hasn't broken. Adding to the sense of unity, LeBron also took time to pose for a photo with teammates Jake LaRavia, Jared Vanderbilt, Austin Reeves, Jackson Hayes, and DeAndre Ayton. More importantly, he was there to support his son, Bronny James, who delivered his best performance of the Summer League so far. Despite the media noise, LeBron looked relaxed, focused, and locked into the moment. Of course, the uncertainty surrounding his future in Los Angeles is far from over. The Lakers' blockbuster move to bring in Doncic, a no-brainer opportunity, has shifted the dynamics within the team. While both LeBron and Luca are committed to winning now, the front office seems more focused on building for the long haul. That long-term vision may not align with LeBron's championship-focused timeline, and that mismatch could define what happens next. As for contract talks, Rich Paul recently addressed the rumors head-on. LeBron never asked for an extension. The narrative that he's upset over a lack of one just doesn't hold water. The truth? LeBron James is still here, still competing, and still focused on winning. Whether that happens in purple and gold or somewhere else, only time will tell. What's clear now is that every move LeBron makes, even attending a Summer League game, carries weight and generates headlines. His presence alongside the Lakers brass wasn't just a casual appearance. It was a calculated statement that he's still engaged, still invested, and still very much a part of the Lakers' present. But that hasn't stopped speculation from swirling. Media outlets and fans alike are dissecting every detail, from LeBron's body language to his social media activity, looking for clues about his next steps. Could this be his final season in Los Angeles? Is a reunion with another contender on the horizon? Or is this simply another chapter in his ongoing, often unpredictable journey through NBA history? The addition of Luka Doncic has only intensified the intrigue. While pairing Doncic and James sounds like a dream on paper, it also raises questions about leadership, chemistry, and whose timeline truly matters. LeBron, now 40, is in win-now mode. Doncic, though immensely talented, is still seen as a long-term centerpiece. Balancing those ambitions will be a delicate task for the front office, and fans are watching closely. Meanwhile, LeBron's continued support for Bronny is adding another compelling layer to the story. The father-son duo sharing an NBA court, even if only in Summer League for now, is historic and emotional. It gives LeBron a new purpose, a new fire, and perhaps even more reason to stick around with the Lakers, at least for the short term. Rich Paul's recent interview helped cool some of the speculation, especially his insistence that LeBron never pushed for a contract extension. According to Paul, the focus is entirely on this season, on winning. That mindset aligns with what we've seen from LeBron on and off the court, a veteran player who still believes he can lead a team to a title, with or without a long-term deal in place. Still, the pressure is on. If the Lakers fail to build a roster capable of contending immediately, the franchise risks alienating its most iconic player of the modern era. LeBron may not need the Lakers anymore, and the reverse might soon be true as well. For now, the message seems clear. LeBron is still locked in, still loyal, but he's watching. And if the Lakers can't match his urgency, he may eventually look elsewhere. One thing is certain, this story is far from over. And in typical LeBron fashion, every twist will play out under the brightest of spotlights. Luka Doncic turns heads at Michael Jordan's party, and not just for showing up. While on a well-deserved break since early May, Luka Doncic has been splitting his off-season between light-hearted fun and intense training. With the Eurobasket tournament just weeks away and the 2025-26 NBA season on the horizon, the Slovenian superstar is clearly staying focused, even when he's off the court. But it was during a moment of celebration that Doncic unexpectedly became the center of attention. A special invitation from Michael Jordan. This past weekend, NBA legend Michael Jordan hosted an exclusive event in Greece for athletes affiliated with his Jordan brand, a division of Nike. The guest list was packed with elite names, including Doncic, Rui Hachimura of the Lakers, Bam Adebayo, and Paolo Banchero. Among all the glitz and glamour, what truly stood out wasn't the location or the celebrity guests, it was Doncic himself. Fans and insiders couldn't help but notice a striking change in his physique. Leaner, sharper, ready. Photos from the event showed a noticeably leaner, more athletic Luka Doncic, a transformation that speaks volumes. With more than a month still to go before Eurobasket tips off and 2 months before the NBA season begins, Luka already looks locked in. Even the shape of his face is more defined, reflecting the kind of work he's clearly been putting in behind the scenes. It's a sharp contrast to the version of Doncic we saw during the playoffs, shortly before the Lakers were eliminated. And it's even more telling considering how much criticism he faced earlier in the year. A message without words. When Doncic was surprisingly traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Lakers, part of the explanation offered by Mavs GM Nico Harrison was Luka's conditioning. The suggestion was that his fitness levels may have contributed to nagging injuries and inconsistent performance. But here's the thing, even out of shape, Doncic still led the league in scoring last season and carried the Mavericks all the way to the NBA Finals, where they eventually fell to a more complete Boston Celtics squad. After a December injury and subsequent recovery, Doncic joined the Lakers and closed out the season with stellar numbers, averaging 28.2 points, 7.5 assists, and 8.1 rebounds per game. That was Luka at less than 100%. So the real question now becomes, what happens when Luka is actually in peak condition? The transformation we're seeing isn't just physical, it's symbolic. It shows commitment, hunger, and a desire to silence the critics once and for all. He doesn't need to talk about it, his off-season work is doing all the talking. Eyes on Eurobasket, and beyond. With the Eurobasket coming up, expectations for Luka are sky high. And if his current form is any indication, both Slovenia and the Lakers may be getting the best version of Doncic yet. Slimmer, sharper, and more focused than ever, he seems poised to dominate both internationally and in the NBA. After all, when Michael Jordan invites you to the party, you show up. But when you show up like this, you're making a much louder statement. Reactions across the league. It didn't take long for social media to explode. Once the photos of Doncic at the Jordan Brand party began circulating, fans, analysts, and even fellow players took notice. Some praised his dedication, others commented on how he looked like he was in the best shape of his career. Even former critics began to walk back earlier claims that Doncic lacked the discipline to maintain peak fitness over the course of a season. Lakers fans, in particular, are buzzing. After the emotional roller coaster of last season, which included a surprise blockbuster trade and another early playoff exit, seeing Doncic this locked in has reignited hope. Many now believe that with a retooled Lakers roster and a fully fit Luka, Los Angeles could re-enter serious title contention. A new chapter in LA. For Doncic, this upcoming season is more than just a fresh start, it's a chance to redefine the narrative. His move to the Lakers was one of the most unexpected twists in recent NBA history, and many questioned whether he and LeBron James could truly coexist on the court. Now, with LeBron reaffirming his commitment to winning and Doncic making visible strides in fitness and focus, the duo could turn skepticism into history. Behind the scenes, sources close to the Lakers organization have noted that Doncic has been spending time at the team's practice facility earlier than expected, working with trainers, getting shots up, and already building chemistry with teammates like Austin Reeves and Jackson Hayes. He's not just showing up physically, he's setting the tone for the team's culture moving forward. Legacy in the making. This transformation, both physical and narrative, might be the most important of Doncic's career so far. Known for his otherworldly talent since entering the league, he's now signaling that he's ready to evolve beyond being just a generational talent. He's aiming to become a champion, a leader, and perhaps even the new face of one of the NBA's most storied franchises. And let's not forget, he's only 26. With the weight of expectations, the pressure of playing alongside LeBron, and the global spotlight that comes with donning a Lakers jersey, Doncic isn't backing down. In fact, he seems to be embracing the moment like never before. What comes next? First up, Eurobasket. If Luka continues on this path, he could lead Slovenia on a deep run, which would only fuel momentum heading into Lakers training camp. From there, all eyes will be on how the Lakers manage the balance between urgency and long-term planning, something that hasn't always aligned with LeBron's timeline. One thing's for sure, Luka Doncic is no longer just playing catch-up in the offseason. He's setting the pace. And the rest of the league is officially on notice. Rich Paul on LeBron James. This summer is about peace, not pressure. For the first time in his legendary career, LeBron James entered an off-season filled with real uncertainty. With the Los Angeles Lakers hesitant to discuss a contract extension beyond the 2025-26 season, and a weak free agent market limiting his options, LeBron had little choice but to opt into his $52 million player option. This marks the first time he's entered a season on an expiring contract, a reality that has added a new layer of complexity to his future. Naturally, this opened the door to speculation. Public statements from both LeBron and his longtime agent, Rich Paul, hinted that a potential departure could be on the table. That sparked an NBA-wide frenzy. Rumors linked LeBron to the Cavaliers, Knicks, Mavericks, and other contenders. Yet despite the noise, LeBron has not formally requested a trade. Why the pause? According to Paul, it's simple. This summer isn't about drama, it's about peace. Speaking with SiriusXM, he explained his message to LeBron clearly. There are so many voices in and around the game right now, so much noise in the media. Everyone has a job to do, and we respect that. But our job isn't to respond to every rumor or set the record straight. The priority right now is this: enjoy your summer. Find your joy. Paul continued, emphasizing LeBron's unique place in the NBA landscape. No one in the history of this league has ever faced the kind of expectations LeBron has. And still, after all these years, it's not about proving anyone wrong or trying to win the narrative. It's about living. The criticism will always be there. That's true for every player. But the journey is personal. That's what matters most. Despite the lack of a contract extension, LeBron remains one of the most powerful and respected figures in the game. If he were to push for a trade, it's hard to imagine the Lakers standing in his way, especially given their history of accommodating their stars with grace and respect. That's something Paul understands well. And it's exactly why he's encouraging LeBron to embrace the moment, tune out the distractions, and focus on what brings him happiness, on and off the court. LeBron was informed of Lakers' ownership change. In another twist this offseason, reports initially suggested that LeBron was left in the dark regarding Jeanie Buss's sale of the Lakers to billionaire Mark Walter. However, a later correction clarified that LeBron was informed. He simply chose not to make any public comment. That silence, much like his approach to trade rumors, reflects a broader theme this summer. LeBron James is choosing peace over pressure, reflection over reaction. And for a player who's carried the weight of a league on his shoulders for 2 decades, maybe that's exactly what he's earned. What the Lakers' plans mean for LeBron's legacy. The Lakers' hesitancy to offer an extension beyond 2025-26 sends a powerful message. They're recalibrating their approach around LeBron's twilight seasons. Everyone understands the stakes. Los Angeles still wants to compete, but not at the cost of risking long-term flexibility or delaying a full rebuild. For LeBron, this means there's a mutual understanding, and perhaps mutual respect, to leave this contract year open-ended. Should LA stumble out of the gate next season, both sides could decide a mid-season trade might be in everyone's best interests. But for now, the focus is squarely on the present. LeBron's off-season strategy, more than just rest. If this off-season is about more than getting away from the spotlight, what exactly is LeBron aiming to achieve? Sources close to him and Paul say it's a mix of rejuvenation. Family time. With all the drama swirling around his career, LeBron's prioritizing quality time with his wife and children, making each moment count. Personal projects. Beyond basketball, he's diving back into his foundation's educational initiatives and a handful of creative ventures, efforts he's been nurturing for years. Training and health. LeBron knows how critical staying in peak condition is. He's spending this summer refining his regimen, working with trainers, and doing the mental work necessary to gear up for his 22nd season. Shifting market dynamics in the NBA. LeBron's situation, and Paul's calm, measured response also reflects broader dynamics in the league. Player Empowerment 2.0. At a stage when many stars might push aggressively for trades or cash out, LeBron and Paul are choosing reflection and strategy over headlines, a subtle assertion that agency doesn't always mean aggression. Trade Deadline TTL. LeBron's spot year changes the calculus for title contention, both for the Lakers and potential suitors. Mid-season moves now focus more on timing and opportunity than on default blockbuster deadlines. Legacy first. For the Lakers, retooling around LeBron rather than go all in on a full rebuild shows they're betting big on legacy in the near term, even if it means they'll have to make tougher decisions later. Fan and media repercussions. As the off-season drags on, reactions have been mixed. Some fans are ready for a shakeup, arguing the Lakers owe it to LeBron to build around him now, while others see the extended uncertainty as a sign of indecision. Pundits, meanwhile, are drawing parallels to LeBron's previous career turns, seeing shades of caution and calculation, much like his triangle era patience in Cleveland. Sports radio phones are lighting up with takes like, "This is classic LeBron, always a few moves ahead." A risk? Sure. But he's earned the right to live his way. What's next? Key dates to watch. September. Expect a re-evaluation point, where both sides review the team's off-season acquisitions and decide whether to push hard or ease into next season. Training camp. How does LeBron look? Is the chemistry strong with the new additions? These months will speak volumes. Mid-season deadline. This year, it's blockbuster or bust. If things aren't trending upward, a decisive move, potentially involving LeBron, could arrive in January. In the end, this summer isn't a detour, it's a strategic pause. For LeBron and the Lakers, it's about control, clarity, and choosing when to turn the dial back up. As the season approaches, the question won't be just where LeBron plays, but how, and under what circumstances, it all comes together. LeBron James opens up. Michael Jordan was my greatest inspiration. For basketball fans around the world, the debate over who's the greatest NBA player of all time usually comes down to two names, Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Both legends have shaped the game in extraordinary ways, and while the conversation around who's the GOAT rages on, LeBron himself recently made something very clear. His biggest inspiration has always been Michael Jordan. During a heartfelt live episode of the Mind the Game podcast with Steve Nash, LeBron didn't hesitate when asked who influenced him the most growing up. "When it comes to inspiration, there was no one more inspiring to me than Michael Jordan," LeBron said. "I think our games would have complemented each other too. MJ was a pure scorer, relentless. That was his mindset. If I had to pick someone to play with, it would be him." Then with a knowing smile, he added, half joking, half serious, "But I already know how y'all on social media are gonna twist this. Like, oh, now you want to play with Jordan too? You've already played with everybody, bro." I didn't ask the question, I'm just answering it. That's the kind of moment that reminds us LeBron isn't just an icon, he's human. He knows how his words can instantly become headlines, and yet, he still chooses honesty. He grew up idolizing MJ just like millions of kids did in the 90s. Watching Jordan dominate the league and lead the Bulls to 6 championships lit a fire in a young LeBron James, who was just beginning to fall in love with the game. But Jordan wasn't his only role model. LeBron also paid homage to other stars who shaped his basketball identity. Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill, Scottie Pippen, those guys inspired me too. I saw myself in those big, versatile wings. I always wanted to be that kind of forward, able to do a bit of everything. And he's not wrong. The influence of those players is evident in LeBron's style, his court vision, his size, his versatility. His shout-outs weren't just name drops. They were acknowledgments of the players who helped pave his path. As for the never-ending Jordan versus LeBron debate, that will rage on for generations. But what this moment shows is that respect and admiration have always been there, between legends, across eras. LeBron was notified of Lakers' historic sale to Mark Walter. Amid all the off-season noise, speculation swirled around LeBron's future with the Lakers, especially following reports that he wasn't informed about Jeanie Buss selling the team to billionaire Mark Walter. But those reports have since been corrected. LeBron was in fact notified of the deal. He simply chose not to make a public comment. That silence speaks volumes. It reflects a player who's seen it all, who's been in the spotlight for over 2 decades, and who, despite the chaos around him, still finds clarity in the things that matter: family, inspiration, and the game he loves. LeBron's tribute echoes across the league. LeBron's open admiration for Michael Jordan didn't stop at nostalgia. It reignited conversations across the NBA. Former coaches, analysts, and peers quickly weighed in, with many pointing to Jordan's unmatched competitive fire and LeBron's style blending strength, vision, and versatility. Both carried the torch for greatness in different eras. On NBA Today, analyst Maria Taylor reflected, "What LeBron is saying goes deeper than popular opinion. He's honoring a path that shaped him, one defined by competitive excellence, resilience, and constant reinvention." Meanwhile, modern-day stars like Jason Tatum and Devin Booker chimed in on social media, sharing their admiration for Jordan, and acknowledging how they've also looked to LeBron for inspiration. The admiration clearly runs in generations, and LeBron's words served as a bridge between the past and future of NBA excellence. Implications for LeBron's legacy and the GOAT debate. By openly naming Jordan as his guiding light, LeBron subtly strengthens his own legacy. He's not claiming to be the best, but he's aligning himself with greatness. That humility is part of what makes his longevity so rare. Such public declarations also have ripple effects on the ongoing GOAT debate. Respect over rivalry, LeBron's statement avoids comparison, and instead focuses on inspiration, adding nuance to a discussion often dominated by numbers and championship counts. Humanizing the icon, fans get a glimpse of the person behind the legend, someone who grew up chasing dreams and found direction in the footsteps of another. Legacy as a journey, LeBron's comment underscores that his career isn't just a quest for titles, it's about honoring the legacy of the game itself. Behind the silence on the ownership change. LeBron's decision to stay quiet about the Lakers sale wasn't a slip, it was a choice. He has always had multiple platforms, and choosing not to comment publicly speaks to his awareness of narrative control. Industry insiders emphasized. It's a sign of maturity. LeBron recognizes that not every headline needs his voice. It's strategic timing. He knows when to speak, and when silence serves broader goals, on and off the court. It's an assertion of agency. Not reacting to every update reinforces that he's focused on substance, not spectacle. Wider blowback and fan sentiment. Across social media and basketball forums, fans echoed LeBron's sentiment, many celebrating the way he honored MJ's influence, others noting how transparent and respectful he was in handling franchise changes. Some fans also expressed relief. This is why he's different. Even in uncertainty, LeBron stays grounded and gives respect where it's due. And even in chatter about the franchise sale or speculation about trades, his message remained consistent. Keep the focus personal, not performative. Looking ahead, what this means for LeBron and the Lakers. As training camp draws near and contract decisions loom, LeBron's tone of calm confidence sets a blueprint. Personal focus. Prioritize joy, health, and growth, on family and personal legacy. Selective silence. Respond when necessary, but let others carry the noise when it's not required. Legacy through action. Let his work on the court speak louder than statements off it.